bill for two, otherwise you have to pay double duty. And that phrase stuck with him, and that was his impetus for writing the song. You're going to hear Mary's a Grand Old Name from the musical 45 Minutes from Broadway. I had never heard of that. Anybody ever hear of that? I had never heard of that. Wow, some of you are really Broadway fanatics. It only had 90 performances. George M. Cohan wrote it. In My Merry Oldsmobile, written by Gus Edwards, and it had very suggestive lyrics for the time. And then the Oldsmobile Corporation, they took it and they use it for decades. I think there's something related in those two things. But anyway, so after that, you're going to hear Surrey with the Fringe on Top from Rodgers and Hammerstein, 1942. You're going to hear 76 trombones from Meredith Willson's Music Man, and he has his own little building that was built for him in Mason City, Iowa, where he's from. And in the lobby, you guessed it, they had 76 trombones hanging from the ceiling. So it's the answer to a question, how many trombones can fit in a building in Mason City, Iowa? The answer is all of them. So, and then from there you're going to hear This Land Is Your Land from Woody Guthrie, and some people say he stole that song from a Baptist hymnal that the Carters recorded earlier than he did. And then you're going to hear a Dixieland version of When the Saints Go Marching In. Of course, one of the few places where, well, of course, that is where the National Football team New Orleans got their name. It's one of the few places where music inspired sports. That's my interpretation of it. And then the last one is Your Grand Old Flag. Originally called Your Grand Old Rag, and that was because a Civil War veteran said that in affectionate tone to George M. Coleman. He thought that was a great line, but the general public didn't like it, so he changed it back to Your Grand Old Flag without any suffering in popularity. Hope you enjoy the good old USA, not follow the river.